Hello, welcome back to L Talks for another episode this week. There's in my notes I've just two topics written down really that I want to talk about, and they're very serious topics. And the first one, my computer is going a bit crazy. Hopefully it won't explode. That won't be fun, because I really don't want to buy a new one. Well, it's not a computer, it's a laptop still. Laptops are very expensive nowadays, and before I bought this one, I don't know, about 2 years ago maybe, and they like some laptops that are like 600-700 euro are just pieces of shit. They have like 128 megabyte hard drive, not even an SSD, because most computers have SSDs now and they don't come with disk drives and stuff like that. I was looking and going, what the fuck am I gonna pay 600-700 for a piece of shit for? But anyway, I got this bad boy for $450. Hasn't exploded yet. My other Acer lasted for like 5 years before it finally conked out. That was because of a Windows update, because they got rid of Windows and wouldn't support Windows 7 anymore. Now this, I don't know what this has, Windows 10 or some crap. But yeah, anyway, back to the story. So the first story, it was on, I hadn't watched Tiger Belly in a while, or listened to it. Every week, actually, I'll actually tell you every week the podcast I listen to. So every week on Monday, Uncle Joey's Joint comes out. I listen to that, and Uncle Joey's Joint comes out on Wednesday as well. So I listen to those two podcasts. Tuesday is not Tiger Belly. It's Trash Tuesdays. They actually clash the same day I upload sometimes, but they draw a bigger audience. I don't know why. I know why, but it's just a little joke. And then I think Ali Makovsky's podcast Restin' Bitch comes out on Wednesdays. And then I think George Lopez puts his Oh My God High, or as he says, Oh My God High. That was really high pitch. Sorry if I hurt anyone's ears. So I listen to him, but that's the podcast listening. Sometimes I listen to Joe Rogan if he has interesting guests on, or other comedians. I like listening to Joe Rogan's podcast because most of them are 2.5, 3 hours long. Very interesting. But more on Joe Rogan later on in the video. I'm just want to pull up the episode number so I can get it correct. I'm currently listening to last week's Trash Tuesday episode. Tiger Belly. Yeah, it was episode 333. And Andrew Schultz came on the Tiger Belly podcast. And Bobby Lee played a very fun and elaborate prank. He gave him a wedding invitation to his fake wedding, which is supposed to happen on, I think it was the 5th of November. And when I was listening to it, I was like, oh my God, Bobby, if you've watched Tiger Belly before, you will know that for a very long time, Bobby and Khalid have wanted to get married, but Bobby doesn't want to organise the wedding. So he's like, oh, Khalid, I'll marry you if you just basically organise the entire wedding. All I have to do is kind of just show up. I thought it was a very funny and elaborate prank. The reason he did that is because Bobby Lee was not invited to Andrew Schultz's wedding. And Bobby Lee also said something in that podcast. Like I said, I haven't listened to Tiger Belly in a while, and he said that Bobby relapsed. Bobby, when he was younger, he was hooked on methamphetamine, and he went to rehab at like 13 or 14. So he was clean and sober for 13 years. Because Bobby used to drink, he used to smoke weed, he used to smoke meth, and he relapsed. He relapsed when his father died a couple of years ago, but then he got clean again, and he relapsed recently. I think he was saying 2 months ago. He's drinking a lot, smoking a lot of weed again. And like I said, Bobby was sober for 13 years, and that's. And then he relapsed when his father passed away and stuff like that. But it was really hard. Like, I felt really bad for Bobby because, like, he's really funny comedian, and you know, a lot of people in comedy, you know, Sam Kinison had a cocaine addiction. A lot of them, you know, they take drugs which are prior the same, you know, and because I suppose, like, when you're out on the road the whole time, you can get lonely, like booze and drugs and all that's kind of can get like that. So it was very difficult to hear that. Hopefully, Bobby is going into rehab for a month, so hopefully he recovers and he becomes clean again. But yeah, I wish him all the best. And the other topic I want to talk about is Joe Rogan's getting a lot of backlash. How it started off was with Neil Young said to the higher ups at Spotify that he wished to pull, that if Spotify didn't get rid of Joe Rogan off their platform, that he was going to pull all his music off Spotify, because he said, you know, he's spreading misinformation about COVID and the vaccine, encouraging young people not to get vaccines and stuff like that, and using ivermectin and stuff like that. So Spotify said no. So Neil Young pulled all this music off Spotify. And then a couple of days later, I don't know why the US, somebody in the US Congress was, they basically took a load of clips of Joe Rogan saying derogatory terms, and you know, they were saying Joe Rogan's racist towards black people and stuff like that, and you know, and a lot of people have come back and, you know, back Joe up, saying that he's done. Like, I mean, I've talked about Joe Rogan a lot. Like, even for my Spotify Wrapped last year, I listened. He was my most watched or listened to a podcast. I had over 10,000 hours listened. You know, because like I said, I enjoy his podcasts. They're long podcasts. They're, you know, when he has comics on or interesting guests. Like recently, the last one I listened to on Sunday was with Robert Carlson, where he talks about cataclysmic and the world events. That podcast was so fascinating because, you know, it would talk about meteor crashes and how the ice age melted and what effect the melting ice water had on the land that was passing through and stuff like that. You know, it's very interesting, especially for me, because being from Siberia, you know, we have permafrost underneath the ground. So, you know, for me, it's, you know, hugely fascinating stuff. And they talk about the Tunguska, I think it was, meteor event in the 20th century, where a meteor exploded above a forest in Siberia, and it just decimated, like it left a huge crater because of the shockwave. And, you know, and all this backlash, but this kind of cancel culture and all this crap, like, you know, I think Shane Gillis said on Instagram, they said, if they cancel Joe Rogan, we should all just cancel our Spotify subscription. And then Brendan Sharp came back with an even better idea. He said, well, if they cancel Joe Rogan, why don't we just pull all our podcasts off Spotify? And I don't think Spotify will be pulling Joe Rogan off their platform, considering they, you know, invited him onto it and paid him, you know, $100 million in a big deal to bring it over from YouTube. But hopefully this will eventually just go away and won't go any further. But, you know, like I said, I enjoy his content. About the vaccine stuff, you know, there's been all this war about vaccinate people, non-vaccinate people, you know. And like I said, I'm not going to, you know, comment on anyone's vaccine status, but everyone has their own opinion on it and whatever else, and you have to follow. Like, you know, I'm not a scientist, I'm not a medical professional, so I will follow always followed medical advice and stuff like that. So but it is what it is. But hopefully, like I said, it'll die down soon, and we shall see what the future brings. But anyway, I wish Bobby Lee the best of luck in getting clean, and coming back and giving us weekly entertainment like he always does in Tiger Belly. And I suppose give my support to Joe Rogan as well, if he sees this or not. But and I don't think that's pretty much it. Like I said, I'm recording these in like one day, so one after the others. So, but this is this week's. That was last week. So, don't worry. By the way, the infamous grey jumper will come back. It's just hanging over there. I've switched to the grey hoodie for now, and I think that's about it for this week. Don't think I have anything else to say. Yeah, so I'm gonna wrap it up there, and I shall see you all, folks, in another week's time. And thank you for listening. And my merch is still available. Just pull it out. I'm gonna have business cards made up as well soon for promotion. If you want to support me, you can buy one of these. They're $2.50 each. They include postage and shipping. And what else? Yeah, if you want them, you can DM me on Instagram or message me on Messenger. And so, or email me. My email should be in I think it's on Facebook. I don't know if it's on Instagram. And it should be in the about section on YouTube, so you can reach me those ways. But anyway, thank you for listening, and I shall see you all next week.